My goal is just that everyone has a good time, Steve, right? It's a good experience for the singers, for the band, and for the audience. If that happens, I win, right? Everyone wins, but that's my goal for those nights, is that just it's a good experience for everyone. Hi, I'm Lori Maier, and you're entering a world gone good.
Well, hello, my name's Steve, and this is the place where we highlight everyday people making good happen each and every day. Welcome to World Gone Good. The holidays are coming up quick. You know what is a great gift for someone who happens to love a good murder? Not one, but two cozy mysteries written by me personally right here. This guy right here, me. Yeah, that's kind of murder I'm talking about. My books, Drowntown and Murder Unmasked, are both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble websites. Shop early and shop often. Isn't that what they say? It is now. Shop early, shop often. Grab one or both of my books, Drowntown and Murder Unmasked, and support this here author. Gift them to a friend. Gift them to yourself. Enjoy them. And for doing so, as always, I say thank you. Okay, so I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you've been like, what am I doing? Let me clarify. Okay, specifically, what am I doing here? More specifically, what am I doing here? And does anyone even care that I'm doing what I'm doing here or trying to do here? There's something really magical when you go and do something just for the sake of going and doing that specific something, right? Not wanting or needing validation, though. Who doesn't love a little validation? And instead, just finding the validation in the do. We do it. We did it. That's what matters. My guest today is a chick who knows all about the do. And yes, I did use the word chick to describe her for a very important reason. It is this. She's the creator and founder and the inspiration behind Chick Singer Night. What is Chick Singer Night? It is a party. It is a celebration. It is a night of music and performers. And it's all about the good that happens when we do. And in the case of Chick Singer Night, when women do together and make it happen. That sounds dirty. Get your mind out of the gutter, but guess what? I'm going with it. I'm going with it. You do better. See, the word do is in there again, but I'm going with it because I get to go with things. Lori Maier is a singer, songwriter, music teacher / professor, and she's someone who followed her own fun and made the do happen. Well, my friends, today we are going to, I don't want to say break another record or hit another goal. What am I looking for here? What I'm looking for is to say this. It has taken 4 years of begging, pleading, blackmail to get this person here today. Yes, person. Yes, you.
Yes. And you dragged me kicking and screaming this morning. But I'm here on a world gone good.
Against her will. A world gone against her world good.
Yes. No, I'm happy to be here, Steve.
Oh, I don't believe that for a sec. You can't sell me on that.
Yeah, you have known me for way too long, so.
Tell everybody how we met. Do you remember when we met?
Well, I remember my first memory of you is meeting you when you came to visit your sister, Perry, who was my roommate in college at the University of Miami. Is that the first time, Steve?
Yeah, I think so. And didn't you guys, you ladies, didn't you have like 4 roommates? It was you, Donna, Carol, and my sister?
Yes.
There were 2 rooms with a bathroom in between, right? Like a Jack and Jill.
Mm-hmm.
See, when I went to the University of Arizona, there was no bathroom. And the size of the room of one of your rooms had all 4 of us in it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's brutal.
it was brutal. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So we met, I was 14 or 15 years old.
Oh, you were a baby.
So were you. Come on.
But I remember I fell in love with you immediately. You were great.
Aw.
Yeah. And I still love you, still to this day.
So Chick Singer Night is the main flux of why you're here. It's the place you're most comfortable talking about. Tell everybody what Chick Singer Night is.
So Chick Singer Night is a showcase for female singer-songwriters at all stages of their development, right? We have up and coming artists, we have established artists who all come together and share a band and share a stage and experience this moment together where they're kind of marking where they are. And it's not about what comes next. It's not about what came before. It's truly just the very moment they're on stage and they get to share their music with each other and with a supportive audience.
What's really amazing about it, and I've been to many of them, and you just hit on it, I want to talk to you about this first.
Mm-hmm.
There's a presence going on there. There's a mindful, this is that moment that I'm in, and it's what you just talked about.
Oh, I'm glad. That's
You feel it when you're there.
Yeah, that's what I hope it is. That was my dream when I first started it, right? It was that first show for my friends and some students, and I just wanted them to come away from it feeling that it was meaningful and that they can carry it with them as something special that they're glad that they did.
So what did start it though? Because you were performing and you had a band of your own that you were working with.
I did. I moved to Chicago to make my living as a singer, and so part of that was getting my live music out there, my original music out there with a band. So I pulled some musicians together to do that, and when my friends and students would come to my gigs, they wanted to do it themselves. So I just decided to lend them my band, and we did this first show that was supposed to be one night only, called it Chick Singer Night, because we thought chick singers, we all kind of have this shared experience. It's a very specific experience. And so we're going to call each other chick singers, and it's our night. And we did it. It was a huge success. Lots of people who came, both singers and musicians, were pretty excited about the idea. And so I talked with the club owner, and he was like, yeah, let's see what we can do. And we started a monthly show. It was monthly for 10 years before I moved to LA. So yeah, it was pretty great. And it grew. And when I moved here to LA, I gave it over to some of my students who had been helping me with it through the years.
Wait, hold on a second. When you say students,
Mm-hmm.
these are private lessons you're giving. What are we talking about?
I was teaching at DePaul University, so I would feature my students as they would come through my studio at the university. They would be able to sing at Chick Singer Night to get some experience. And so they would come to love it so much that they would help me kind of run the show, help collect money at the door, do just those general things that I needed. When I moved out of town, I handed the show over to them, thinking that that's where it was going to end. That, you know what, here's my Chicago contribution. I love this show so much. I hope it can still live on. And that's where it kind of landed.
Did you even realize, I'm sure you did, that women in the industry, that people in the industry overall, but women didn't have a voice and you wanted to give them that space? You gave it to yourself.
I don't know that I specifically started that first night with that in mind, but it became really, really clear to me very quickly that that would be the mission of Chick Singer Night. And that's, I think, why the reaction has been so consistently positive and supportive, is that, as you said, that feeling you get when you come to a show also kind of has that element to it as well. We're women supporting women. And that's a pretty powerful thing, especially back then. Like I said, I started it in 1988. So I don't know that it was as prevalent as it is now.
It's so interesting too, because I mean, it's almost 40 years later. And it's so weird to be like, I did that 40 years ago, but also to look at like TikTok and, you know, Taylor Swift making it big on YouTube and being like, wow, all those things didn't exist. And you got to wonder, what would it have been like if they had?
Oh, I know. We, you know, it was the days of answering machines
Right.
and, you know, flyers that you would
Right.
send out and snail mail and all those things. Yeah, there was no email. I mean, even booking the show was a huge. I had to send out letters to people.
And they were like pink tickets. I'm sure somebody had to tear at the door.
Yeah, there was absolutely.
Like raffle tickets.
Yes. Yeah, you're exactly. That's what we were doing. Yeah, it's so vastly different now. I mean, there are so many tools available to artists that we never had back then.
Now, this kept going, and you wound up in how many cities over the years?
Through the years, it's been 20, almost 25 cities.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're relaunching LA next year. I don't have a date yet, but it's going to be with my new director, Abby Berry, and we're relaunching at the Write-Off Room in Studio City. So that'll be nice.
Nice. I remember when you used to be at the Mint on Olympic or Pico was one of those, right?
Yeah, well, that's where we started, and
Yeah.
that was the first show that I launched after leaving Chicago, and that was at the Mint. Yeah, and they weren't on board. They gave me one night, and you know, everyone told me it would never work in LA. It wasn't the same as Chicago. That was kind of the the feedback I was getting, not only from the club owner, but also from my friends who had moved here, and they didn't think Chick Singer Night would fly at all. And that first night, we had the line was around the block. It was a huge success, and people responded to it the way they did in Chicago. And we just kept going. We were at the Mint. We had a residency there for almost 3 years. Moved to the Knitting Factory.
That's right, the Knitting Factory.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's right. Now you featured a few of my friends actually, because I sent you people along the way. One person in particular, Vessi Mink, was from Chicago, or still is from Chicago, and she was in 15 Minutes FM. And then I was like, I remember calling you, or it was before we could text each other, and I and I said, or maybe I emailed you, and I said, you got to feature my friend Vessi, and you were like, okay. You're like, sure.
Yeah.
And tell everybody, because it's like, it's such an interesting thing. These performers come in, they prepare 3 or 4 songs, and then they rehearse that day and perform that night.
It's not quite that simple. It's not like an open mic where they just show up and everything happens. So let's start with Vessi, right? You gave me her name. Vessi and I probably connected, and then I just kind of gave her the rundown of what I would need from her, which would be her 3 songs, recordings of those songs, charts of those songs, which for people who don't know what that is, it's the written music so that the band will know what to play for them. And then if Vessi wouldn't know how to write a chart, which oftentimes is the case, I would help her do that. I would write the charts for her. And now we have people who actually do that. I'm not writing all the charts anymore. And then I would get that information to the band so they could be prepared. They would rehearse ahead of time. And then singer shows up for a half an hour that afternoon with the band. She runs her songs. If there's any backups, the other singers cover those for each other. And the show hits later that night. And it all works, Steve. It's pretty crazy. You've seen it. You've seen it in action.
It definitely works. And there's something pretty amazing about it. And there's also something amazing about the one night only. This is it. It's exciting.
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
Did you have nerves though? Like when somebody tells you, because a lot of people told me 15 minutes of femme would never work. And I remember my biggest memory of 15, I got two memories, but one that always stands out of my mind. We did 15 minutes of femme at 11:30 at night after another show. We were piggybacking on another show
Hmm.
that had the theater. So they would wrap at about, 10:30. Then we had a little break and we get in the audience 11:30 to 12:30 after in the morning. And it was Friday, Saturday nights. I remember I was with my ex and we planned this whole thing out. It was our first night and we were sitting in our apartment and it was like 9:45 at night. And I'm like, oh shit, we're doing a show. Like because I'm so used to weeks of rehearsals. And I'm like, I guess this is going to work. And then got in the car at 10 o'clock and drove over and it worked. So did you have that same thing the first time? And does that keep coming up each time? Or do you still have the energy of like, is tonight going to work?
Well, the first show for sure, yes, those nerves were there. Excitement and like nervousness of, okay, is this idea going to fly? But honestly, Steve, there's been stories, obviously, where, a rehearsal didn't go well and things are going long. And oh my gosh, all of those logistics would possibly make me a little nervous. But no, I have not had the feeling of, oh my gosh, is this going to work? For since I can remember, I don't remember feeling that way. Just because I really believe in it that strongly. And I know once you see it work a couple of times, it's just going to work. As long as that all the prep is done, I know it works. Because what's the worst that can happen? We start a song over because somebody messes up or somebody cancels last minute. Well, someone's willing to step in and do some covers and everything will be fine.
I've seen both of those examples that you've just talked about. I've been present for both of those examples. And the audience is so supportive. And they're just like, no, it's cool. And everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. That's what I'm hoping is happening out there. My goal is just that everyone has a good time, Steve, right? It's a good experience for the singers, for the band, and for the audience. If that happens, I win, right? Everyone wins, but that's my goal.
But that's the trick of it, isn't it? Because even like with this podcast, I didn't know what the hell I was doing from the beginning. And here we are 4 years later. And some people might say to this day, he still doesn't know what he's doing. But that's the mystique, the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? Behind the curtain is, fake it till you make it. And confidence has to play into some of this a little bit, that I believe in this.
Absolutely. Why else do it?
Okay, so you've had some star power show up for your shows. It's time to brag.
Yes, we have through the years definitely have had some fun moments. It's normally for anniversary shows, and I'll work a lot harder. I was going to say a little harder, but no, a lot harder to get a name to come and be a featured artist. So we kind of open. Chick Singer Night opens for them, and then they normally will join the band or they'll bring their own band because they have their thing and I get it. But yeah, we've had, let's see, Phoebe Snow did it. Megan Mullally has done it here in LA. Nora Jones has done it in New York for one of our anniversary shows.
Paula Cole
has done it. Yep. At Pepperdine. She did I think it was our 20th possibly or 25th. Yeah. So we've had some names come in. They love the idea. They're super supportive of just this platform where, again, women support each other. And it's just a positive experience for everyone.
And somebody who was huge, I believe, Melissa Manchester you had.
Melissa Mancho.
Very good. That's staying in.
Melissa Manchester has done, the LA show. I think that was the House of Blues.
She was huge.
Yeah, she is.
She was.
What do you mean?
She still is, but she was like, Barry Manilow, Bette Midler, that was a whole group of them were all friends.
Yeah.
And the music that they put out in the 70s and 80s, she sang, "You should hear how they talk about you. You should hear what they say."
Yeah.
Do you remember that song?
I do. Of course,
Oh,
I covered that in many bands.
I love it. I love that you covered that, because that was so on the cusp of disco turning into 80s pop. It was right in that zone of like 81, 82. You know what I mean? Like where the sound was just changing enough.
Yeah.
And it was doing the bridge. Speaking of covering, one time I threw something together that was a complete and total failure, but I had this new business I was going to run. I was going to do an online, this is, so everyone's aware, this was the year 2000, 2001. I came up with an idea to do an online ticketing agency. Okay. I was ahead of my time, people. And do you remember this?
No.
Okay. My ex and I put this together. We came up with a ticketing company for Los Angeles for plays and musicals in LA to start. And we rented a theater and we gave a little presentation. And then I had you come out with your band and some of the chick singers, and you guys sang, y'all sang. I sent out for a 100-seat audience. I sent out probably 500 invitations. I had, I'm not making this up, 4 people show up. But here's where it gets funny. All 4 of them signed up for our service. 2 of them that night, and 2 more called me. So it did work. Like I was like, okay, that's pretty good. I got 100% of the 4 people, whatever.
I know.
But you played into an empty space at the Egyptian Arena, and I had asked you as a favor. I said, there's one song I'd love you to cover. And you went, what is it? Do you remember what it was?
I don't have a memory of this at all, Steve.
You don't have a memory of this? I had you cover and you killed it. You did it.
What?
You and the girls, I think it was Carla, and I can't remember who else it was. You did Janie's Got a Gun.
Oh, Carla and Cotty Nelson. Carla.
That's right.
Cotty Nelson. Yeah. We rewrote the lyrics to it.
That's right. You did. You did Janie's Got a Gun. And it was the harmonies. It was fantastic. I wish, listen, somebody go find any of the 4 people who were there that night besides me. And
well, and I don't know if you remember, but we rewrote the lyrics. I actually wrote that for a baby shower. I got commissioned to do this for a baby shower. And so it was Ellen's Got a Son because she was having a boy. It was all about labor pains in that bridge section.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Oh, I do have a memory of that. And it was 3 of us. We had fun.
And that was a night, like we had done 15 Minutes of Femme, and we used to do sold out audiences. 15 Minutes of Femme, okay, it always sold out. It was 100 seats every night, like packed.
It was huge. Yeah.
It was huge. And then we did this thing and no one showed up. And I was like, oh, did I make a mistake? And I was like, I'm not embarrassed, but I was like, I had asked you to come down. And I'm like, and you guys just had a blast. You all were like, well, we're here and we're going to have a good time.
It's about the moment, Steve. It doesn't matter. It's all about the moment. We had a great band. I remember that.
Yes.
There's nothing like it. You can make music with great musicians. It's a dream come true every time. Every time.
And the next dream is coming true this coming weekend, November 16th, Saturday night.
Yes.
Your 36th anniversary show?
36. It's crazy.
Where is it and who's performing?
So the show is at the Bank of America Performing Arts Center in Thousand Oaks, California.
Wow.
7:30 on November 16th. We have 5 singers. So let's see. It's Katina de Luna, who is Grammy nominated, amazing Brazilian artist. Molly Cruz, who is a country Americana artist. Gabby Montiel, who is, I believe she's 16 now. We featured her at our Ventura County Chick Singer Night. She's just a up and coming, amazing singer-songwriter. Abby Berry, who is kind of jazz pop original. She's really just charming and wonderful, incredibly gifted guitar player as well. So she's always great to hear. And then finally, Lois Mahalia, who is touring and recording artist. She's just amazing R&B singer doing her originals as well. So it's going to be a great night.
And a great venue. Talk about moving up in the world.
Yeah, I don't have to stack chairs at the end of the night. It's great.
I would like to see you outside with a little like, may I have your raffle ticket? Thank
Right?
you.
That
Keep this
would be
half. You might win something.
Yeah. That, and we used to, for anniversary shows, we used to have trays of Peeps with toothpicks in, and the girls would hand them out like appetizers.
Oh my God. That's cute. Are you singing that night?
I am not. I might be doing some backups, but I won't be singing. I haven't been singing at shows for years now. It just feels like it's one more song for the band to learn, and I just really want to focus more on the featured artists, and I'm good with letting that kind of be my voice. Chick Singer Night is my voice at this point. So that's how I feel about it.
Where do people find you online and how do they follow you?
We are at chicksingernight.com. We also are on Facebook, Chick Singer Night, Instagram, same thing. Yeah, just Chick Singer Night. You Google it and you'll land in all those directions.
And the final two questions you know very well because you listen to the show, which you've told me. So we're going to test you right now.
Oh.
Question number 1. Don't worry. You know the answer. Question number 1 is, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Well, good music always inspires me. So it's normally the singer I'm listening to. Honestly, Steve, it's my student, or it's the singer who's just stepped on stage at Chick Singer Night for the first time singing with a band, and I get to see her be brave and blossom in front of all of our eyes. That's what inspires me, has always inspired me.
And the final question is not a question. It is a statement to answer, to finish. It's really simple. Finish the statement. Tell me something good.
Recognizing moments, Steve. Recognizing this moment. Since I met you when you were 14. Is that what you told me?
Yeah, and you were like 18 or 19, so calm down.
I'm still saying, that those moments matter, because look at where that moment brought us. I think it's all connected. And yes, so recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate moments in your life.
Thank you, Lori, for sharing all the good that is Chick Singer Night. If you're in the LA area this weekend, come say hi. Come see the show. I'll be there. Come say hi to me. And let's all enjoy their 36th anniversary together. Next time on World Gone Good.
We all have these aspirational identities of who we want to be and how we want to show up in the world. And we're always trying our best to be that person. And that's not a bad thing, but it is in some way, shape, or form a character, right? Because it might not be what we're actually feeling in the moment. It's what we are wanting to project in the moment.
Hey, remember how I mentioned as we head toward our 200th episode, we are going to revisit some of our favorite good people? Well, get ready to welcome another one back, because the oh-so-good Sarah Woodard is coming to the show. She is all about mindfulness, living in her moment, and being her own authentic self. 3 things we all need to be doing a lot more of on a daily basis. Am I right? I can't wait for you to hear this one. Until then, be good.